Back to 23 ABC Sports. I'm Carrie Osep. If anyone needed an off day, it was the Dodgers. Los Angeles found their bats again tonight for Game 3 of the World Series, grabbing a 2-1 series lead over the Tampa Bay Rays heading into the weekend. We're going to start the highlights off in the top of the first. Justin Turner rips off a solo shot off Charlie Morton for the first homer and first run of the game. It is 1-0 Dodgers. Then 2 on in the third. Max Muncy hasn't had the biggest impact at bat this season, but he saved it for this moment, driving a single into center to score both runners. It's 3-0 Dodgers. In the fourth, Austin Barnes, though, putting on a bunt clinic, lays down the sac bunt to score Cody Bellinger. It is now 4-0 Dodgers, but guess what? They still ain't done. 2 outs. Mookie Betts hits a grounder up the middle. Another run scores. 5-0 Dodgers. Rays get on the board in the fifth, but it's just a little too late. Add another run with Barnes' first homer of postseason in the 6th inning, and it's about done from there. Walker Buehler, he sets the tone from the mound, holding the Rays to 1 run, 3 hits while striking out 10 through 6 innings. The bats just did the rest. Dodgers win by a final of 6-2. They take that 2-1 series lead heading into Game 4. Here's Mookie Betts after the win on the timely hitting.
Obviously there's 2 outs, but you can still build an inning. Not giving away at bats. I think that's just the recipe for that, and that's how you win a World Series. So we have to continue to do it for at least 2 more games.
By the end of this one, the Dodgers scored all but one of their runs on hits with outs and 2 strikes. Game 4 of the series is Saturday, start time at 5:08. Well, believe it or not, news broke earlier today that Antonio Brown found his next team in the NFL. The former Steeler, Raider, and Patriot is now headed to Tampa Bay to reunite with Tom Brady, the last guy to throw a pass to him. According to reports, Brown and the Buccaneers have reached an agreement on a 1-year deal. Assuming COVID protocols pass, Brown could suit up for the Bucs in Week 9 against the Saints. Controversy has seemingly followed the All-Pro wide receiver since leaving the Steelers. He hasn't played since one game with the Pats last September after being suspended 8 games for multiple league violations. Well, speaking of his former team, the Raiders, following a positive COVID-19 test from starting lineman Trent Brown, all 5 starters on the O-line remain on the reserve COVID-19 list, although the team did not receive any new positive tests as of Friday. And it was announced that Brown and starting safety Jonathan Abram, who also tested positive, will miss Sunday's game against the Bucs. But there's still a chance for the other linemen to play if they don't test positive by Saturday morning. Well, while some local schools have already been back for conditioning, others will begin this upcoming week. All schools following, of course, local health guidelines. At the collegiate level, CSUB fall sports teams have been back on campus, focusing on individual strength training and conditioning, most not sharing equipment unless they are rooming with their teammate. They also have a COVID-19 response team led by 3 student athletes. Meanwhile, Bakersfield College has had their fall teams practicing outdoors for a few weeks now following social distancing protocols, with fall sports set to start in early February as set by the CCCAA. At the high school level, Bakersfield Christian and Garces Memorial, the 2 local private schools, have been back for about a month. The Rams have football and water polo starting with conditioning, with basketball beginning next week, while volleyball and cross country will follow. The Eagles have had all fall sports teams back on campus for conditioning, going 2 days a week. Meanwhile, Kern High School District will start schools back on campus next week with conditioning only in cohorts of 25. That starts on the 28th, while some will wait to start Monday the 2nd. And I checked in with the Kern High School District Stan Green on this progress for the district.
The goal is to make sure we have as little interaction as a giant group as possible, because right now we're only conditioning. And the hope is that we go October 28, that 4 weeks from then, maybe we're in orange or yellow. So, for us, the safety is the biggest part. So once we get all those boxes checked and those practices in place, we feel like we've done everything we can to make sure it's a safe environment for our kids, and then we'll move forward from there.
They'll be waiting to hear any updates from local public health on Tuesday about moving tiers. But Jess, if we can stay positive for at least a second here, I'm hoping that we do get to see some of these teams get back to practices, because boy, I am missing shooting highlights.
Oh yeah,
it's practice.
And you know what? The kids are missing the games too, so it'll be exciting to finally see them take the field once again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, coming up next.